Good evening everyone. So today I will explain database in a simplest way possible using real life example. Now what is database? So what do you mean by database? So database basically a place where data store and data store in a organized way so that we can easily add, update, search and retrieve information when we need it. So database basically a place to store data in a organized way so that we can easily add, update, search and retrieve information whenever we need it. Example, a school wants to store data of their student. Something roll number, name, class, mark. So instead of keeping everything on paper, they can use database. Now we discuss about types of data storage. So how we can store data? So we can store data in three ways. Paper file we can store data. In Excel sheet we can also store data, and in database also we can store data. When we store data in a paper file, it is very hard to search a particular record within a small time period. So it is very hectic to search for a particular record on a paper file. But if we store data in a Excel sheet, if the data value is increased, it is very hard to maintain that Excel sheet. So it is very limited if we store data in a Excel sheet. But Excel sheet is good to store data, but it is limited. But when we store data in a database, so it is very fast. Second one is it is secure, no one will access your database without your permission, without that credential. Third one is millions of record we can store in that database. Now we go some example how can we store data or how database can store data. So in a database every data will store in a table structure. Here you can see a table, student table. There in student table there is roll number, name, class and marks. So database will store data in a table format. So this is the table inside a database. Here each row is a record and each column is a field. Here we store two data, one is roll number 1 and another one is roll number 2. So the question is why we use database? The first one is speed. So database is powerful because they allows speedy search. Millions of record we can store in a database and we can search millions of record in a second. That is the main benefit why we store data in a database. Second one, suppose we store data 5 years ago or 6 years ago in a database, and after 10 years later or 5 years later we want to search that data or we want some, so the data will never change in a database. So it will give us the output same manner when we store the data 5 years ago. That's the another benefit of using database. Is accuracy. Then now go for the third one is security. If we store data in a paper sheet or Excel sheet, somehow we forgot our paper sheet, somehow we forget our Excel sheet or share our Excel sheet, it is less secure. But when we store data in our database, it is more secure, because without credential, without VPN, no one can access your database. Without credential, without password, no one can search your data value and access your database data. That's the third main reason why we use or why use a database. Now the fourth one is scalability. Scalability means what? Suppose today we have thousands of data, tomorrow we have millions of data. So day by day data will grows from an organization, of an organization. So however data grows, database structure, database version will grow. That is called scalability. So database can grow as the data grows, and the benefit will, we can perform more operation, we can perform more reporting on that data. That's the fourth benefit of using database. What are those? First one is speed, second one is accuracy, third one is security, and fourth one is scalability. Now we discuss about a real life example of database uses. From day to night we are using database without knowing. Suppose I go for my bank statement, bank will retrieve my bank statement from their database and give me. So bank use to store their data or store my data into their database. Second one is e-commerce website. Suppose I go for Flipkart, I go for Amazon and search some product. That product will also store in a database. That product image, that product price, that product size, all above, all the information are stored in a database. So e-commerce website also use database to store product details, and we are using that information for our shopping. Now the third one is social media platform. When we use Facebook, when we use YouTube, when we use WhatsApp, all the information of social media will store whatever we post, whatever we like, whatever we comment, all that information are stored in a database. So all social media platform, suppose Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, that's all are using database. So today we discuss about the basic of database. In our upcoming video, I will show you how to actually we create table which is stored in a database, and we can store data into that table, and in which way we can retrieve the data from the database by using SQL queries. Thank you. If you learned something today, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment below which topic should I explain next. Thank you. Have a good day.